Hello, my friends. How are y'all doing out there? I hope you're doing well. And I want to say before I start this, good luck to Canada today. Can't wait to cover your election results tomorrow as an outsider, as an American. So I wanted to get that out of the way. But as we know, we are in the middle, or, well, not in the middle, in the very beginning stages of Donald Trump's complete economic crisis as he is trying to crash at least the American economy, but possibly trying to crash the world economy. We've covered that on a few videos. Freight volumes are slowing down, inventories drying up, the trade wars rage on, the trade wars for nothing rage on, and all these things are starting to cause quite the situation in America. Unless you're MAGA, then your response to what I just said is, nuh-uh, Joe Biden did it, you know, whatever goofy shit they're always up to. But could you imagine the party of no personal accountability whatsoever? Just blame everyone else for your problems. It's Joe Biden's fault. Donald Trump has started multiple ridiculous trade wars with the world. It's totally Joe Biden's fault. I thought he was asleep with dementia, ice cream all over his face, but now he's the mastermind behind Donald Trump's economic collapse. Which one is it? I guess we'll just never figure that out. But an interesting thing that I meant to cover like 4 days ago and kind of got lost in the weeds of all the other news going on is Donald Trump is taking this opportunity to scam the living shit out of Donald Trump supporters, which is nothing new at all. Remember, this is the people that just 3 months ago could not afford eggs, were completely flat broke, could not afford eggs. And I've been broke a lot of times in my life, my friends, and I've never ever had a problem buying eggs. These fuckers were broke, right? I mean, they weren't so broke that they couldn't afford a MAGA hat. They couldn't afford a shirt that said Trump that bitch for some reason. They couldn't afford 2 Trump flags to fly on their comically oversized pickup truck. And they could also afford truck nuts. Yeah, could you imagine that? So you go to the store, you're all proud of yourself, you bought yourself a brand new pair of truck nuts to put on, I don't know, your Dodge Ram or your Cybertruck, whatever you're putting it on, and you turn around to your kids, they've got tears in their eyes going, and you say, I'm sorry, we just can't afford eggs right now. I got a good deal on truck nuts, $39.99. And then they can just be happy. I never understood the truck nuts phenomenon, if I'm being honest with you. That was a strange one, but I don't have to get my masculinity from my pickup truck. That would be fucking weird now, wouldn't it? Anyways, should we get back to the point? Donald Trump saw this economic collapse that he's creating as the perfect opportunity to scam his own supporters yet again. You remember, at the beginning, 2 days before inauguration, Donald Trump launched a meme coin. Do you know why Donald Trump launched a meme coin? The reason why this happened is because he not thinks, but absolutely knows that his supporters are fucking idiots. That's the only way you could come to this conclusion. They don't dabble with meme coins and cryptocurrency and shit like that, and Donald Trump knew that. They'll buy anything that Donald Trump will put out. Trump Bibles, Trump hats, Trump t-shirts, Trump cologne. That smells like a shit-in diaper, I would imagine, and sweat. Ugh, gross. That sounds terrible. I don't think I'd ever buy a Trump cologne. Well, I wouldn't buy a Trump anything, but that's what separates me from a MAGA, I guess. One of the things anyways. But the list goes on and on of things that they will buy from Donald Trump. So Donald Trump launches a meme coin, which for those of you that don't know, meme coins don't fucking do anything. And I want to be clear here. I understand the difference between a legitimate cryptocurrency like Bitcoin that does have some utility as compared to a meme coin that does absolutely fucking nothing. And almost 100% of cases with meme coins, it's a rug pull. It's specifically designed to be hyped up by some bigger name. You know, a recent example, Hawk Tua Girl, Boogie 2988, so he could beat his cancer. Remember that? That was pretty wild. Not trying to get in all the YouTube gossip drama or anything like that. I'm just saying that a lot of times a bigger name will come along to hype up a meme coin for the people that are holding onto that meme coin. So they launch this coin, and this thing shoots into the stratosphere stratosphere immediately. And people think they became billionaires, and then the same thing always happens. The rug pull happens. The person or the people that were holding the majority of that coin sell, and then you lose all your money and you go broke. It happens over and over and over again. It's astonishing to me, actually, that we live in a fucking world where people are still falling for meme coins. That's absolutely insane. But Donald Trump knew that Donald Trump supporters would buy a meme coin because they only listen to what Donald Trump says. And look, I mean, we can't beat around the bush anymore. These are some dumb motherfuckers. That's who we're living with. Dumb motherfuckers that believe in this bullshit. So Donald Trump launches this meme coin. The thing immediately gets rug pulled like the same fucking day. They didn't even wait. They didn't even wait a day or two. The same day, this thing shoots up to $70 out the fucking gate and gets rug pulled immediately down to something like, I don't know, you can correct me if I'm wrong, $11, something like that. The meme coin keeps on falling because all the people that just made a ton of money, including Donald Trump, he increased his net worth by billions of dollars in one day off of the backs of his supporters. And that 100% did happen. The meme coin continues to fall. Then they launch a Melania coin. Yeah, you thought it couldn't get any worse than this, right? This keeps getting fucking worse. They launch a Melania coin that goes up to maybe $2, $3, I think it peaked at $4, right? That thing's worth around 40 cents right now. I mean, they rug pulled that shit immediately too. But they weren't done, my friends. This is Donald Trump we're talking about. If he can go back and go get water from that well again, I don't know if that's how the fucking saying goes, he's going to keep on fucking doing it. So Donald Trump decides last week that he is going to try to sell access to the presidency, you would think, but that's not actually what's going on here. Donald Trump had, it was either a tweet or on his webpage or something like that, had put out something about how he's going to hold a dinner for the top 220 investors in the Donald Trump meme coin. So whoever the top 220 investors are, you get to come have dinner with Donald Trump. And that fucking meme coin shot up, right? It was maybe $6, $7, $8, somewhere in that range. The fucker shoots up to like $17 immediately, right? Now, the people with money already are either holding that coin from the beginning or have already sold. So it stands to reason that hardworking Americans, dumb as they may be, are going out there putting 40, 50, 60-hour work weeks in, went and dumped their entire paychecks into that fucking coin to make it shoot up fucking immediately. So the thing goes up to like $17 fucking dollars. Of course, there's courts are freaking out. They're like, you can't just sell access to the presidency like this. But that's not actually what's happening. That's not actually what's happening. A bunch of Donald Trump supporters just got fucking scammed again. I can guarantee you, even after they dumped their whole paycheck or their whole savings account into that meme coin, when Donald Trump made the announcement that they could come have dinner with him if they were one of the top 220 holders, I guarantee you they are not even close to the top 220 holders of this Donald Trump meme coin. The people that have a lot of coin are the insiders. Donald Trump's inner circle are the people holding all those coins. So what you just did, MAGA, what you just did, Donald Trump supporters, is you enriched Donald Trump and his inner circle yet again, and you will never see that fucking money again. As a matter of fact, the dump is happening right now. It's not substantial like the first time they rug pulled your asses. You didn't learn the first time, and this is one of those times I don't have sympathy for MAGA. If you can't figure it out the first time, fuck it. I'm done explaining this shit to you. But it's not as dramatic as a drop as it was last time, but it will be. 100% will be. Within the next day to next week, that meme coin's going to be back down to its $6, $7 range. And all that happened is the Trump insiders just profited handsomely off of your fucking stupidity. And we're at a point in this country where we have to just not mince words anymore. That was fucking stupid. That was a really dumb thing to do. So either Donald Trump holds this actual dinner, or he hopes y'all forget about it. Now, if he does hold this dinner of 220 of his top meme coin investors, all you did was pay for a fancy dinner for a bunch of millionaires and billionaires. That's what you did. You just paid for it out of your hard-earned money. You go to work every fucking day, every goddamn week. You slave away at your job, and you thought that by dumping a whole paycheck or your whole savings account into that meme coin, you were going to break into the top 220 people that own that coin. I promise you that you're not. Absolutely not. You're not getting in it. So it's either that he holds a real fancy dinner for 220 rich people that just bought access to the White House, which is what some of the courts and lawyers are worried about. Which, I mean, we already know Donald Trump's for sale. Why are we still freaking out about this? Maybe we should start, I don't know, doing something. That would be the best course of action. Or he's not going to hold this dinner at all. What MAGA doesn't get is Donald Trump doesn't fucking like you. He told you that. He said, I don't care about you. I just want your vote. But he lied a little bit because he also wants your paycheck. He wants that hard-earned paycheck. He wants to bust the unions that are helping you earn that paycheck. He wants to decimate the fucking supply chain that's helping you earn that paycheck. So to add insult to injury, because he's about to bankrupt your ass any minute now, we're going to see the results of this fucked up supply chain within the next week, coming weeks, somewhere in there. I'm already getting reports from people out there on the ground, people that are working these jobs, that they're losing work. All right. So it wasn't enough for him to fuck up your job. It wasn't enough. Before he did it, notice that. That just occurred to me. Think of the timing of this all. Donald Trump is collapsing the supply chain as we speak. Honest working class Americans are reporting to me and probably many of sources that they are losing work on a daily basis and losing money because of it. So before that hit, before the empty store shelves, before the high prices at the store hit, before you start to lose work and lose days or hours or even weeks at a time on your paycheck, Donald Trump took one last cash grab and grabbed your fucking money before it all comes crashing down, because it absolutely is. Even if, I think we're past that point, because last week I was saying if he fixes it now, we might have a chance. But I think we're too far gone at this point. The supply chain's already fucked up, and we are going to see shortages on shelves, shortages of work for working class Americans. And before that happened, less than a week by some estimates, before that happened, he made sure to grab up your money. And you know what? You're already losing money on that. You are, because I look at the graph and I understand that you're losing money on that. And I don't like living in a world full of people that are bullshitting me. I remember when that Trump meme coin first launched and Trump supporters were showing up in my comment section saying they became millionaires overnight off of Donald Trump's coin. No, you didn't. I can read the graph. I'm not dumb. I can read the fucking thing. You did not make millions of dollars off of that thing overnight. Promise you that did not happen. 80% of that coin is owned by Trump insiders. Now, maybe there were some people that bought as soon as he made that announcement. They might have cashed out for a few hundred, maybe even a few thousand. They did not become millionaires off of this meme coin. But that is the fucking problem with the world we're living in, is there are actual people that support this man that go bankrupt over his bullshit and then convince themselves that they became millionaires. And he just took their asses for a ride yet again. Fan-fucking-tastic. This world is just insane. Anyways, I got to get back to work so I can buy some Trump meme coin. Just kidding. Love you guys. Bye now.